All right, good morning, everyone. It is 8:52 in the morning of September 1st, 2021, and this is my strategy session. So first up on the screen here, you can see GBS. So I had to do some digging to find the headline on GBS. It's not on Street Smart Edge, it's not on Yahoo, it's not on TradingView. On StockTwits, though, there is a headline that says GBS is marketing, let's see, it's saliva test for diabetes management. And then there's also another little footnote there that says previously announced collaboration on COVID-19 diagnostic with Harvard. So I don't know how much I can trust that headline from StockTwits because the same announcement was made on GBS about it marketing its saliva test in China for diabetes management, almost a month ago now. So I don't know. It's on watch. I don't have a high degree of confidence on GBS. However, if this thing suddenly decides to start running up and breaking levels and hitting the scanner and so on, then I'm open to trading it. But as of right now, it's I don't. I'll have to see what happens at the open, But as of right now, let's see, it has 7.3 million shares traded on a float of 6.57 mil. So it's already rolled over its float. This will be sort of I'll probably just observe it today. Unless it really, unless the level 2 just starts, rolling, the prices, just start going up and the level 2's running faster than, you can keep your eye on, then maybe I'll trade it. But otherwise, this is going to be kind of a test of StockTwits in a way. All right. Then next up is PLAN. This is Anaplan. They just recently released earnings now. So the earnings per share was down. It was below estimates. Revenues were up, and outlook was up. So this stock really could do, it could go either way on this one. So the levels that I have on this right here, these two red lines right here, they kind of coincide here with a bit of a high here. Let me pull up the daily so it's a little bit easier to see. There we go. I'll make this line a little bit bigger. Make it 3 points. Yeah. I'll do the same with this one. Might be a little bit easier to see. And so, yeah, there seems to be, I don't know, this is a topping area. This level right here being above could be support. So it's I think that it's got support and resistance areas, and we'll just have to see how it behaves. Ultimately, I think it would be definitely, the juice is definitely worth the squeeze if it makes a drawback down to this sort of $65 area. Let me put the Fibonacci up on it. So it gets a little bit messy, the Fibonacci. And I think, to buy, let's see, if this thing actually runs above this upper channel right here, runs above the upper channel, comes back tests it, and continues moving forward. That would be huge. That's a really big move for just one day, all in one day. It happens. It does happen, but this thing has, I think, somewhere north of 200 million shares issued. Let's see, or outstanding. Let's see where it is. Look on the daily here. 144 million shares. I seriously doubt it's going to make a move all the way above 73 today. So, it's going to be kind of hard to tell exactly where this thing is going to decide to get support or resistance. But this red support line here is almost halfway between it just happens to be It lands almost halfway between the 61.8 fib and the 50% fib. There's this support line. So, there are going to be a couple ways to play it. It can be the break of the open. And actually, this Fibonacci level right here is due to change. I'm going to adjust this to the open. So the position of this red support line between the 61.8 fib and the 50% fib could change. Well, and what will change, most likely change at the open. So right now, that's kind of the area that I'm looking at. And it's just because if revenues are up, earnings per shares were up, and then earnings per share was up, that is, and outlook was up, if all three were up, then I'd be really bullish. I think this thing's going to be a bit volatile. So it ought to give us some trades today, and whether it's a break of the open, support at a Fibonacci, or support at a sort of a major resistance, a major support area, and then possibly resistance and so forth. There ought to be a trade there to figure out at some point during the morning session. We'll see though. I mean, it just has to got to play it by ear. Then Run now. So Run. What is the news on Run? Run. Oh, it got an analyst upgrade overnight to a target of $62, and that analyst was Wolf. Let's see. Let me pull it back up here. Wolf Research starts Sunrun at outperform with $62 price target. There is a lot of resistance. I don't remember if I've traded this before or not, but back here on the 16th of June, I'd have to go back and look at my records to see. 16th of June, this thing was popping up, and I don't remember what's going on, but I have these levels on it. And these levels kind of coincide with the motion of the stock in recent history. And that looks like a lot of overhead resistance to me. It's opening below kind of this consolidation area. I don't even really want to call it a consolidation area, actually. So price opens up below all of this mess right here. And this is price discovery, but it's just not going anywhere. So a push through all of that, today would be really surprising. I'd be very surprised to see that happen today, but you never know. So it's on watch. I have a Fibonacci on it here. It's between a couple of levels here. Let's see if that Fibonacci, hasn't really changed much. Run 47.17. So this yesterday's high is right here at 45.85, and that happens to coincide with the 50% retracement from this morning's open to if it opened right now to yesterday's close. So a little bit of coincidence there. There's going to be a trade on this. Where it is exactly, it's again, you got to play it by ear. You got to kind of watch where buyers come in and so forth. I'll have my eyes on these levels, on these Fibonacci levels. Then Airbnb, I'm just kind of always keeping an eye on Airbnb right now. I'm looking for either an entry here at 147 for a long-term hold, or a break above 163 for a swing trade. For profit, to get profits. All right, and then the ABVC popped up as I was starting the pre-market video here, and here it is, yeah. All right, ABVC Biopharma to start Vitargus phase 2 trial enrollment in Q1 22, shares rally. I'm not really that impressed. It's great. Q2, it's made it to phase 2 of the trials enrollment. Phase 2 can be, as short as 3 months. It's usually more like 6, 9, 10 months, or 6 months, 9 months, a year, depending on what drug it is that they're Vitargus. I don't know what that is. Let's see, enrollment. Vitargus biodegradable vitreous substitute for use in retina reattachment surgery. All right. Expects clearance from the Australian Therapeutic Goods Administration in Q4, according to the company's statement. All right. So they're expecting Australia to give them the green light in Q4 this year. So to give it some perspective, though, so it is up right now. Let's see. Let me add it to the daily. ABNC. It's up 57% right now, but let's take a look at the daily here real quick. And you can kind of see this stock's been really quiet, except for this one day back here on the 10th of May, 2021. It went to a high of $29.95 from an open of $4.40. I think this thing's going to be worth keeping an eye on. And again, exactly what happens though, if this thing really starts to run up like crazy, then it'll be worth looking into. Otherwise, it's just kind of on watch. Well, let's go to the broader market here. Looked like there's going to be a new higher open here on the SPY. 452.90, pulling back a little bit pre-bell here. Yeah, so it's dipping back down below the all-time closing high here for an open. No big deal. Yeah. Well, let's take a look at the VIX indicators. So the VIX is still flirting with this line down here. We'll see what happens. I imagine that there's going to be a breakdown below this resistance line here pretty soon. Could be today. I'm going to keep an eye on my 1 minute and 10 minute relative strength indicators, as well as that for the VIX, to see if they coincide, which it looks like they're trying to do prior to the open. This might be a good open to buy. And then we've got GBS here. Let's see. Let's move that over to crypto. And we've got, consolidation period here in Bitcoin. To see it kind of drift down a bit right here and test 42,000, then continue on its way over a stretch of time, kind of right to there, and then start moving up. That's fine. It can take a little bit of a breather. This thing went up a lot. Here, let me do a measurement here from the 20th of July to the 23rd of August. So a month, it went up 72%. So it can take a breather here, gain some more steam. It's okay. And so that's going to be about it for the morning. GBS, is the marketing of the saliva test for insulin, the diabetes management. Is that true? Well, I don't know. We'll see. I'd call for over $4.99. I'd like to see it come up, break $4.99, retest, and then continue going higher. The share size outstanding, there's 11 million shares outstanding. The float on GBS is 6.57 million. So there really could be quite a bit of power behind moves on GPS today. Plan, okay. So, the plan is with plan, pick a level. I think it's looking like between the 50% and the 61.8 fib is a good place to enter, but you never know. It could just dip down to the 75% area and then make a move back above the open. So there are a couple ways to play it. This thing ought to give a trade today, at least one or two. Run is 196,000 shares traded. Imagine there's probably going to be a pullback in run here too. And again, this 61.8 fib and 50% fib look really attractive. Airbnb, who knows? Maybe it'll give me a 147 entry sometime soon. Maybe it'll break 163. We'll see. And then ABVC, just want to keep on watch. All right, everybody, good luck out there. Keep your risk tight. Click like, share, subscribe, leave a comment, tap the bell, and I will see you at the recap. I am out.